Hey, CoreAge Rx community, my name is CJ Snavely and I'm from Enola, Pennsylvania. I've been a CoreAge subscriber since the end of this March 2026. First off, I just want to say how grateful I am to be part of such an encouraging, supportive community. One of the biggest things I've learned during this journey is how much having support and people who truly understand can make a difference. I wanted to share my story today because I know there are people here who may be struggling, frustrated, hitting plateaus, or wondering if they're ever going to reach their goals. And I've been there too. My journey hasn't been perfect, but it's taught me that progress matters so much more than perfection. So I wanted to open up about my experience, what's worked for me, the ups and downs along the way, and hopefully encourage someone else to keep going. A little over a year ago, I started this journey feeling stuck, frustrated, and honestly wondering if anything would ever truly work long term. My starting weight at the beginning of this journey was 291.2 pounds, and today I'm officially down 50.7 pounds and wanted to share my experience for anyone else struggling through the ups and downs of this process. I started on Zepbound in March 2025 and worked up to 7.5 milligrams. During those first few months, I lost 32.2 pounds and finally felt like I had control over my appetite and food noise for the first time in a long time. Unfortunately, at the end of July 2025, my insurance stopped covering it, and at my doctor's recommendation, I switched to Wegovy. For me personally, the switch from Tirzepatide to semaglutide was tough. I started Wegovy at 0.25 milligrams and worked all the way up to 2.4 milligrams over 8 months. But I constantly battled appetite fluctuations, food noise, and my weight was bouncing up and down. During that entire 8-month period, I only lost an additional 2.6 pounds. I know Wegovy works great for many people, but for my body, it just wasn't the same experience. After doing a lot of research, I decided to switch back to Tirzepatide and found CoreAge Rx. I was honestly skeptical at first because I didn't see many reviews and thought it was strange paying before approval, but I decided to take a chance. I chose the 1-year plan because it was the most affordable overall, and I used Affirm to break it into manageable monthly payments. The entire process ended up being incredibly smooth. Sign up, approval, and shipping were fast, and my medication arrived just 3 days later. Since I already had prior GLP-1 experience, my doctor started me at 12.5 milligrams. When I started with CoreAge, I also made the decision to really tighten up my diet even more than before. I started paying much closer attention to what I was eating, focusing on healthier, balanced meals, getting enough protein, and staying consistent with my hydration. I truly think pairing those habits with the medication has been the perfect combination for my success so far. Just last month, a new friend of mine who is a personal trainer and nutritionist also gave me some supplements through Phorm products. I wanted to start incorporating things that would help fill nutrient gaps while also supporting my protein intake, hydration, and healthier snacking habits. And honestly, I think that ended up being another great decision because I can absolutely tell a difference in how I feel overall. And no, I'm not perfect. I still have cheat days. I still have days where I stray from my diet. But that's okay too. One meal, one day, or even one weekend does not erase all the progress you've made. Learning balance instead of perfection has been one of the biggest mindset changes for me through this journey. I took my first dose on March 29th, and now going into week 8, I'm down 19.8 pounds since restarting Tirzepatide, and officially down 51.1 pounds. What really hit me through was putting comparison photos side by side. When you see yourself every day, sometimes you don't fully realize how much has changed until you look back. Seeing the difference from March 2025 to now, honestly, made me emotional because it finally put into perspective that all the hard work, consistency, setbacks, and persistence are actually paying off. I feel like I look like a completely different person, and honestly, it may be hard to fully tell just how big I was in some of my older photos because I always tried to wear darker clothes to make myself appear slimmer and hide my weight as much as possible. And looking back now, I realize how much confidence has changed too because I'm finally comfortable wearing lighter colors and not feeling like I need to hide myself anymore. Another huge reason I'm so open about sharing my journey now is because when I first started, I honestly didn't have much support. I know what it feels like to start this journey feeling judged or alone. I had people make comments about me taking injection, cheating, weight loss, instead of understanding how hard I was actually working behind the scenes to improve my health and my life. But I knew as I was doing the right thing for me, and I chose to ignore the negativity and keep pushing forward anyway. The results speak for themselves. That's also why I try to encourage and support as many people as I can now, because nobody deserves to feel unsupported while trying to better themselves. I know exactly what that feels like, and sometimes having even one person encouraging you can make all the difference. Another thing that truly stands out to me about CoreAge compared to other companies is the amount of support and the care they give to their members. Having a dedicated online community where people can openly share their journeys, ask questions, get advice, seek motivation, and support one another really makes a huge difference. Weight loss can feel isolating sometimes, especially in the beginning, so having a place where people genuinely understand what you're going through is incredibly valuable. One of the biggest things I appreciate is that they offer so many additional resources beyond just the medication itself. Being able to schedule nurse sessions, dietitian sessions, and other support services is such a huge benefit, and honestly something I think sets them apart from a lot of other places. You can tell they are constantly trying to improve the community, add more tools, education, and resources to help people succeed throughout their journey, instead of just treating their members like they're another number. That's a huge reason why I've become such a strong supporter of CoreAge and why I'm extremely proud of the decision I made to go with them. For me, it hasn't just been about the medication. It's been about finally feeling supported, educated, encouraged, and set up for long-term success. The biggest motivation and mindset that has stuck with me throughout all of this is progress over perfection. I share that with as many people as I can during this journey because the reality is the days, the weeks, and even months are not always perfect. I've hit walls, I've had plateaus, I've had frustrating weeks where the scale barely moved or even went the wrong direction. But the most important thing is to never quit. Keep going. Try to do a little better the next day. Don't let one bad meal, bad weekend, or rough week convince you that you failed. And don't always compare your success only to the number on the scale. There are so many non-scale victories along the way. Better energy, less inflammation, maybe more confidence, clothes fitting differently, healthier habits, improved mindset, and simply feeling better overall. Look at the overall trend, not just the daily fluctuations. Any progress, no matter how small it may seem, is still progress and a step in the right direction. You do not have to be perfect on this journey to be successful. More than the number on the scale, though, I finally feel like myself again. Less inflammation, better control, more confidence, and a healthier relationship with food. I still have more weight to lose before I reach my final goal, but for the first time in a very long time, I truly feel confident that I'm going to get there, and I'm excited to continue conquering this journey, continuing to improve my health, and seeing where this next chapter takes me. I know everyone's experience is different, but I wanted to share mine because I was struggling and stalled out. Posts like these help me keep going. If you're in the middle of a hard part right now, don't give up. Sometimes it takes time to find what truly works best for your body. Thank you for your time, CoreAge Rx family.